Magician!
Hey YouTube, Dark Magician 84 here. I'm just here to have another chat. Mainly about battle royales, endurances, and raid bosses. So I did have a thought regarding those plus Rhetrician format. You see, here's the thing. As you might know, or maybe you've forgotten, I don't know, I stopped doing endurances and raid bosses purely because of decks that I hate and the fact that they were causing some issues. It was like, obviously this was long before I thought of Rhetrician format, because it's like they were being played and they'd cause me to struggle a lot and make me really annoyed and frustrated, or later on I would ban them and the players who play them would object. That's why I stopped doing them, because it's like, it's not worth it if it's just going to cause a load of aggro. However, a Rhetrician format actually nullifies this issue. So thinking about it, there's actually nothing stopping me from having endurances and raid boss games under Rhetrician format. So that can be a thing again. I don't know if an endurance will happen anytime soon though, because even though it's been like half a year since the last one, it still kind of feels too soon to do one. I mean, maybe I will later on in the year, I don't know. But raid bosses, I'll gladly do those again. I'd especially love to do a Dark Magician one again, and try and come out on top, since the other two that I did 3 years ago were just an absolute struggle. Like the first time, I just lost straight away after two games, because my deck was being shut down. And then in the second one, there was that struggle involving Hope Harbinger, plus that mistake that messed up the game state, which Floodgate Trap Hole caused. But yeah, obviously now I really want to give this another go with Dark Magician as the raid boss. Even though it did win the Blue Eyes one with Express Gaming some point last year, but I'd like Dark Magician to win its own raid boss game. I mean, Elemental Heroes and Rainbow Neos did, so it's only right that the signature deck is up there as well. So yeah, I don't know when I'll start that, or when I'll start those up again, but it's something that could make happen, whether it's on this channel or the Team Sorcerers channel. Maybe more likely Team Sorcerers, since that segment started on that channel, but who knows. And I'm sure Emma would be willing to give this a go as well. Don't know when to have an endurance game though. In any case, it'll be a shorter one, considering that I now have 7 decks. But who knows? We'll see. Could do it as a subscriber milestone. That could be a thing, because well, I'm still trying to think of what to do when I reach 500 subscribers. I mean, at the time of recording, I'm currently on 444. And of course, regarding the 17th anniversary of my channel, me and Gungnam might do something for that. So yeah, it's exciting stuff. But as for Battle Royales, well, it actually occurred to me the other day that it's been about 5 months since the last one I played in, which was a Dead Universe Comics Royal Rumble, and that was before I stopped going there. And it sucks, because I miss having Battle Royales. They're one of my favourite types of games, where like more than 2 people can play in one big duel and just have fun and a laugh. But there haven't really been any opportunities since then. And that's something I do miss about DU. I mean, yeah, I had my reasons for stopping going there, but I miss the Battle Royales, and I miss the people who didn't annoy me. So I'm in 2 minds about that. I'm just thinking maybe I should go back there just to get some Battle Royales going, but I don't know. I'm just hesitant to, due to my reasons, and the fact that a journey over there costs £15 in total. Like, it's about £12 for a return train ticket, plus £3 for entry. And then, of course, there's the fact that I don't play the normal current format anymore, and it's like, well, would anyone there be willing to try Retition formats? I don't know. I doubt Weber's 5 would be keen to try it, though, considering that Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, and Plunder Patrol are banned in Retition format. Oh yeah, and Blackwing Full Armor Master. But who knows? So I guess the main hope really is to get Battle Royales going at Tabletop Republic. But even then, there's not really a lot of opportunities to do it. Having one after a minor league would be a great idea, but the issue is, like, after a minor league tournament finishes, Kel, Harrison and Jack end up heading straight home, plus John and James soon afterwards, and then after that there's just no one to play against because everyone else is playing the normal tournament. I guess the only chance of a battle royal on a Monday night would be if there's not enough people to do a minor league tournament, and just 3 of us minor league players play it out, like either under the minor league ban list or Retition format. Speaking of, I feel like the Battle Royale rules might need adjusting under Richitian format. Because the way we, well, not hugely, but just regarding the first turn, because well, under the normal current format, we've ruled it recently so that the last person to go gets to draw and attack. Whereas, like pre-Pendulum, I think we ruled it so that nobody can attack on their first turn. But of course, we did that before, like when the Royal Rumble started, when no one can attack turn one. I think that would be the only thing we'd have to do, since in Richitian format, whoever goes first can draw. But I think we just simply have to change it back so that nobody can attack turn one, so that way no one's at an immediate advantage. Of course, that being said, would it really make a difference? Because whoever goes first will get to attack anyway after everyone's done a full circle. But I don't know. But I was, before Richitian format was thought of, I just thought of it because tag team duels have like a similar ruling where the fourth person to go gets to draw and attack first. So I don't know. Maybe I should discuss this with the others and see whether or not the last person to go can attack first, or whether nobody can attack on the very first turn after a full circle. It's tricky. It doesn't help that I can't remember exactly how it was done in pre-Pendulum era. Anyway, getting back on topic, and the only other option is trying to get one going on Wednesday nights. But that wouldn't be easy to do, considering almost every time I go there on a Wednesday, like unless I'm involved in one of the events, there's no one to play casual games with. Because everyone else is too busy playing in whatever event is on. Sometimes Sparkman will be free to give me some games, but even then we don't get that many in, which is unfortunate. Plus there'll be times where he'd be in the tournament, like Edison for once, and we'd only get one game in, or we'd attempt to get a game in, and then it gets interrupted because the next round starts. So I think the best chance would be to go if like multiple people aren't going to play in the main event. But even then, we'd have to make an agreement on what format to play under. Now, playing over Messenger or Skype is an alternative option, because me and some other members of the KCP did it before, and there were a few times when me, Wyvern Watch and Express Gaming did it before. So that's the best chance, really. just to see who's available one evening. And then, of course, there's trying to make sure everything can be seen. I could go back to filming it with both this iPad and my screen recording program, which it isn't easy to do. But of course, my program has a lot of issues. There'd be too many times where it would just randomly stop recording on its own, and I still don't know why it keeps doing that. And that can really cause a load of issues, especially if I'm also recording with this. But I feel like I should still try and do it that way anyway, so that way it's easy to see everyone's field. Whereas it doesn't matter so much with my recorded duels with Matt and Alison Welch. I mean, I feel bad that you can't see their screen that clearly. It's not easy to get a good angle. And I did do that method before where I was using the screen recording program, but because of the issue I just described, it was just getting really annoying and awkward, and in the end I just gave up doing it that way and just tried to get everything in on the iPad. So yeah, that's the only downside to having Battle Wars online. I would still like to get more going somehow. Pardon me. Of course, that being said, I don't know how easy it'll be to do having them in person, especially in the long run, because obviously there is a plan for me to move closer to Emma, and obviously have her own place, which will mean moving away from here, and then I won't be able to go to either DU or TTR again, except on the occasional visit if I can. And there aren't exactly any locals close by. I don't know if Phoenix Fantasy in Margate still does them, but the only other one I can think of is the ones that happen in Ramsgate. But even then, that's sort of an issue. Once I've moved, because it's still a bit of a train ride away, and it's hard to tell whether that locals is like really competitive or it's a mixture of competitive and casual. And again, it's like I don't even know if they'd be willing to try Retition format. I don't know. It's unknown whether or not it'd be worth the trip. The struggle is real. But yeah, I guess trying to do them online is the best way to do it. Speak of Retition format, there is a new ban list, which I'll just go over. So banned Ancient Warriors Savage Don Ying, which basically forces you to pay 400 life points to do anything, really. just like Flare Metal and the Masquerade Dragon. And that could put someone in a position where they literally can't play. Bad Luck Blast, it's another generic burn card that's played in burn decks, which I didn't even know about until recently. Also, Dark World has been unbanned, except for a few cards. So Dark Smog is now banned, as is Grapha the Dragon Overlord of Dark World, plus Silver Warlord of Dark World, and Card Destruction, because this is just to stop Dark World being able to OTK and negate everything with the Grapha fusion. Plus, Morphing Jar is already banned under Rhitushan format anyway. Of course, Card Destruction is their OTK enabler. Goblin Biker Big Gabonga, because it's just annoyingly disruptive as fuck. I mean, after that got used on me in the last minor league tournament, like, that was more of a spite ban than anything. And then a couple of other burn cards are gone. Greed and Minor Goblin Official, plus 2 Floodgates. I lose 1 turn, which I completely forgot about, as well as Nordic Relic Svalin. Yeah, as much as I like Nordics, that trap is so annoying, and yeah, because it's a trap negates. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast and Time Seal, they're gone because they stop the opponent drawing a new card, which just isn't fair. Also, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libe is gone, while all the other Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon monsters are unbanned. Now, I only did it because of the OTK bullshit involving Gustav Max and Libe, but I think with Libe gone, they're not so bad, and yeah, that puts that archetype plus Earth Machine in check, potentially. And also Traptrix Arachnocampa and Traptrix Calaria are banned as well on this list. And then every other Traptrix card is unbanned. Because, yeah, Calaria and I forget which one does which, but obviously one of them resets whole traps after using them, and the other treats them like a scrap iron scarecrow. So yeah, with them gone, it should make Traptrix less annoying under Rhitushan format. And the last card to be banned is Update Jammer. Now, the reason I did that was because Access Code Talker is now unbanned on this list. But that's fine, because again, none of us are playing Mathmex or Cyber spam decks of some kind. I still have my pure Cyber deck on Edo Pro, but that's it really. Plus, Mathmex have already been put in check anyway, like on the previous normal ban lists. But I think without Update Jammer to do any OTK bullshit, Access Code should be fine now. Plus, it does help out Emma's Fortune Fairies and Karibo, but it's fine anyway, because again, at the time of recording, there's only 7 of us playing this format anyway. And, you know, people who don't play this format shouldn't have to worry about this, obviously. Plus, and I've also semi-limited Lightning Storm just to match the normal ban list. Express Gaming felt multiple copies should be allowed, which is fair enough. So yeah, we've put it back to 2 again, just to match the normal current format. And then of course, yeah, all other Dark World cards, all other Traptrix cards, and all other Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon monsters are unbanned. And I've also unbanned and limited Inferno Fire Blast, because it wouldn't be right for Red Eyes just not to have it, but I think as long as it's at 1, then it's not possible to do that Red Eyes FTK. So that's okay. And finally, the biggest change is Pot of Greed is unbanned in this format. There was some uncertainty between some of us about whether or not to do it, but in the end we decided to try it out. Just 1 though, but of course if it proves to be still too good, then we'll just re-ban it on the next list that we do. And yeah, I know Pot of Greed is overpowered, but let's face it, there are cards in the game that are much more overpowered. I mean, it's not like we unbanned Graceful Charity. Like, that would be ridiculous. I feel like unbanning Graceful Charity anyway, like, would be a bad idea. And yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about. So yeah, thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Magician YouTube channel.